Hello, happy Monday morning to you. Go 1 second here. Right. Okay. Well, we'll get going here. I'm going to change the class a little around today. So we're going to get a different class, just to kind of shorten it and concentrate on a new technique as well. Right. So the name of this class now, I'm calling it BJJ Gains, not just BJJ solo drills. BJJ solo drills sounds kind of boring, really. Nobody wants to do that. You want to know that you are coming and you get something out of it, so that when you get back to training, you actually have an advantage, right? So why sustain when you can make gains, right? And of course, it's still going to concentrate a little bit on the grappling conditioning, which can't really be replicated with sparring. Sparring is like the best conditioning you could possibly do. Like nothing beats that, you know that, right? But at least we can keep some of those parts of our body moving. So hopefully we get the whole thing done in under 45 minutes. That's my goal, starting from now. Maybe we've burnt another 2 minutes already. So let's go with the good news of the day really quick. This is an interesting story out of New York. They're doing a study right now on, if you've heard of Pepcid AC, it's like a heartburn medicine. They have better heartburn medicines now, but you know, when I was a kid, that's what everybody used to take when they had heartburn, or your dad or whatever, your grandpa would take Pepcid AC. And they found out that in China, all these people that were taking Pepcid AC had very low occurrences of catching the virus. They think, it's not blind double tested or anything like that, but there's a component called famotidine in it. And they think that it has an enzyme that disables the replication of the virus itself. Anyway, they're doing the studies right now. If that came through, and there's all these kinds of drugs that are always, you think they're coming through and then they don't. So it is what it is. But hopefully that is successful. Number 2, Tom Moore. Remember him, Captain Tom Moore, who's now been elevated to Colonel Tom Moore, right? He had his 100th birthday on the 30th of April. He's raised 40 million pounds for the NHS, which is the healthcare system in the UK. What an amazing thing. He's done it by walking back and forth in his garden. And he's all alone there, poor guy. But he's doing it anyway. So you got to love him. Good job, Tom Moore. I hope the Queen knights him. Get over there, Queen. Give him the knighthood. Last one is Pakistan has this really amazing plan that they're rolling out for a lot of people that are just been unemployed. They're giving them jobs to go for this ambition 10 billion tree planting goal. They want to plant 10 billion trees. I love those kind of stories. You know, trees are what's really going to help the environment, right? Because they're perennials, not annuals. You plant them once and then they live for a long time and sequester carbon. Anyway, let's get started. We're going to do some slightly different things today. We're not going to do the opening yoga series. We're just going to start by rolling back right now. Cut some things out. We don't really need to do that yoga opening yoga workout, because remember, that was my pre-competition routine. We're not going to be taking that kind of pressure today. So we'll get plenty of warmed up by just doing the drill. So I'm taking it off. It's still like this. Roll, because you're waking your body up to the mat, right? That's always a good thing. So maintenance, waking your body up, right? It's your spine hitting the mat. Good. All right. Also, maintenance of the neck. Let's not forget the maintenance of the neck, okay? Because that supports our body, our neck from injury, right? So let's go left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you're doing this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Again, that's maintenance right there. Stay on the mat by not hurting yourself. All right, let's do our forward tech ups like this, right? We're just waking our ankles up. We're learning how to roll. This is a position you really want to get to. Someone may have a problem with it because your ankles and knees don't bend this way. And you might be kind of going like this. You find it really hard, right? Well, just do that for now, but eventually you'll be able to sit on your heel, right? And get this movement, right? Now that's a different training you'll need to do for that. You'll need to do like a yoga type workout, specializing on your legs to open them up, right? Let's go to the other side. Use your hands if you want the help. These are the movements we have to have. Part of this class is about building fluidity on the mat, and a lot of it has to do with our ability to move around without standing on our feet, but using our legs. That's what this is. Okay, we're going to do some technical stands. We're just going to do 5 on each side. Right, shorten the class. 1. But this is important because we're starting to use our left leg or whatever, right leg, opposite side, leg to hand here, and it's moving our hips through by posting on these two posts. See, so keep going down. All right, let's go to the other side. This is a movement you need to have. Sometimes people will get their foot stuck right here. Stuck. All right, well, then that's what we got to work on. It's something that you can fix. All these things you can fix if you're having problems with them. Some of us are just, everybody's built differently. That's all. There's probably other aspects that you're better in. Okay, good. Let's go. Let's start with our bridges. We're start working off our back, and we're going to add more stuff into our bridges today. That is a position. Okay, I'm going to stop and talk for a second here. When you find a high level wrestler comes into the gym, never done jiu-jitsu, if they're really good, I have a hard time holding them down inside control. They'll get out, right? Because their bridges are so good. Because in wrestling practice, you bridge until it rains cows. But that bridge, because they practice so much, they had a bigger arc in their bridge, which created more power and explosiveness, and they pop up on their knees. Okay? So if you ever get wrestlers in, try and hold them in side control. That's a good practice for your side control. Okay? Because you may go, oh, I'm just going to play guard and then triangle them. That's not doing you any good, right? You already know you can do that. All right, so hopefully. Let's talk about the bridge. So we're really looking to improve our bridging, so we're going to do lots of bridges here. This is a position you need to get 20% stronger and more flexible. But let's just start, and I'll just talk instead. We don't really need to count because we're just going to do a lot. We're trying to get our hips up and arch that back, really, and use our head and our neck here, get up on the shoulder, reaching over. We really want to be great at bridging. When we get into bridging, when somebody's on top of you, putting pressure on you, get those hips up on your tippy toes. A good explosive bridge, is going to make the difference, because if you don't get out from that bad position, then, they're starting to set you up for a submission of some sort, and the odds are against you, right? When they're past your guard, the odds are against you now, okay? Keep going. So you got a bridge to get your guard back. You're going to have to maybe go, you only got one shot at it usually. You might be so tired from trying to defend that pass. Keep going. You might be so tired from trying to defend the pass that you don't have any power left in you, and you maybe only can load one in the chamber, right? One bullet in the chamber, and you've got to have it on point to get out. Right? When you get to guard, maybe you can rest a little bit, because maybe they burned a lot of energy passing your guard in the first place, right? You got to look at energy as like a finite resource that can come and go. All right, good. Let's look at assuming somebody is in our mount position. So they're sitting on our chest, and we're going to mount and roll, or we're going to bridge and roll to our knees by stepping over. Here we go. Ready? Bridge and step over, and now we're on the knees. Good. Let's bridge, step over on our knees. Right? So they're in mount. If we trap their arm and we bridge out, right,
we're going to be in their closed guard. Hey, that's a lot better than mount. Bridge with the hips up and step over. And that power is really going to come on the head right here to bridge, really to turn your body over. You see the judo guys and wrestler guys especially, I mean, their bridging is fantastic. What a valuable skill. I mean, it really gives them an advantage. At least that you're not going to be able to finish them off from that position. You have to take their back usually, or choke them from your guard. But trying to hold them in a side control or mount, very tough. Let's add a roll to it, right? So I'm bridging, stepping over. Now I'm just going to roll right over. I mean, now to get back with our partners, our ability to bridge out of bad positions. Let's even try and really explode out of it. A good bridge is sudden. It's sudden and explosive. Let's talk about jiu-jitsu being finesse and technique, and that's true with a lot of jiu-jitsu techniques. But there's this bridge move. Bridging is about explosive, sudden power. It happens so fast you can't stop it. You only got one chance. Popping right up. Keep going. Oh, roll out. Right. Why are we rolling it out? Well, it's a way to escape. For one. Now we're going to add this new technique. All right. Arm bar escape. We were just talking about mount. Let's say they mounted us. They've got our arm. Sitting down with it, right? They're sitting down. They throw their leg over my face. If you can imagine, the back of their head would be facing you. Okay. So I'm going to get extended out this way, and they're going to start to crank my arm. Right, their legs are right over. I got one leg over my face, one leg over here, and their feet are over here. Right? Can you imagine it? And they're cranking on this arm. They pulled this arm straight out. They peeled it out, and they're going to try and arm bar me. So let's talk about arm bar escape. It involves the bridge as well. As they're pulling, you've lost your grip here. They've managed to rip your arm. As it's coming towards them, you actually have time. You don't want to keep your thumb up. You want to start to turn it towards your head. What's called the Hitchhiker Escape. So it's coming down. As they're pulling it down, assuming they don't have good wrist control, you can start to turn your hand this way. What will happen is that gives you a little bend right here. Look, an arm bar has to happen when it can't go down anymore, right? Because the elbow is locked. But if you can turn your thumb inward, look, you've got a little bit of bend, which just gives you a little bit of give. Okay, now watch. So they're pulling it out. We have to. This doesn't work if we don't get our thumb turned. Okay, but I'm turning it, and now watch. I'm going to step over and bridge really hard. Step over like we just did, and I come to my knees, and then I'm going to drive in. Okay, again. They peeled my arm out. I'm turning it towards my head, and immediately I'm bridging over to my knees. Okay, let me show you from the other side. You can see what's happening because here they're bridging that. They're peeling the arm this way. Here's the secret to this, right? Because everybody gets it wrong. I turn this towards my head. This arm needs to come under me. Look, it comes under me, and then I'm going to bridge over it, step over my toes, and drive into them, and try and get side control. You'd probably get it. Here we go. Again, bridge over. Keep trying that, both arms if you can. It's a bridge. That's all it is. It's a bridge. It's a bridge. These are one of those. I mean, God, this is going to get you out of trouble if you guys get this hitchhiker right. One of the best in the world is a guy like Gary Tonin. Keep going. Just do it on your own here. Towards your head. Tuck that arm underneath, and you step over on your toes. Now keep going. Gary Tonin. Keep doing it. I can't talk in Hitchhiker Escape. Who's he fought? Anyway, he's fought some very high level guys and got in multiple arm bars and was able to escape just using this move. It was almost like he was baiting them. Like you get in a bad position, he bait them. He escaped that well. Right? Great bridging. And that's all it is. Let's just get those gambas. Right? 1, gotta move smoothly like this. You gotta move smoothly like this. We have to have this down. It's not this. It's not this. This is your head. You do that. Okay. Here we go. In this, once you've got the movement up under your shoulder, right? Because you're the pressure, I'm facing the pressure. That's why I'm doing it. It's about these hands. They're frames. They're called frames. But I could be framing different things depending on where you're at. I could frame you right in the face. Right? I could be framing your shoulders as I'm pulling my hips away from you. I could be protecting your arm that's trying to grab my head and the other one on your shoulder. Right? So I've got to aim these frames right. I could just be sticking out there to try and catch any of the weight that's coming, whether it's your face that hits it first, your shoulder, whatever. It's the frame. Okay? Now take it a little step further. How would we use that? All right, look, somebody's grabbed their legs. They've managed to push them over. Here comes the pressure. Using the gamba, the shrimp, whatever, frame them in the face. Which, look, I've taken my hips from here. Now they're over here. I can bring my foot in to catch you. People don't like doing this. Who likes doing this? This is not fun. But if you want it, I always tell this to beginners. Starting, work on your guard retention first. Forget about the submissions. Forget about all this fancy stuff. When you go into sparring, try and make it the score a 0-0 game, right? So, yeah, you didn't score any points or any submissions, but you didn't get scored on. Well, I'll tell you how you don't get scored on. You don't get your guard pass. So if you can just go in there and just be super defensive and just keep yourself safe and your body safe, then that's winning. And then as time goes by and guard retention becomes something that's like secondary to you, then all of a sudden you start seeing the submissions and the sweeps. But the guard retention's first, right? You got to be safe first. You got to put the oxygen mask on first before you put it on your kid, right? So let's look at the other part of it. Legs get thrown. I don't have time to turn. You're right there on my butt. Look, I'm gonna roll now. Roll to my shoulder. Come up into that position there. Legs come over. Roll. No. Fall over. Roll. This is rolling. Okay. Good. Keep on doing it. This movement here it's fundamental. You gotta have it. It's this ability to roll on a shoulder, to fall over, to come up, and then boom. You run into my guard. How's that working? You're the pressure. You're coming at me. Look, you're about to penetrate into my back. I roll. Boom. You run right into my butt, face first. Right? My legs are open. My legs are open in such way because it can catch you. You know, if you're coming in left or right, it catches you and it realigns my guard. Okay? Good. Guard retention roll. Let's go to inversions. Another move that you really want to develop is this ability to roll on your shoulders. Okay? Roll on the shoulders. You have trouble with it, just do it on your back like this. Get off with that. In time, you'll get better at it. Okay? On the shoulders, back and forth. This is a move you want to have for guard retention and inverted attacks. Okay, good. Have some water. Cool. Switching. Hip out, whatever you want to call it. We're going to change them a little bit as well. We're going to do let's do the first drill. Hands on the mat, okay, on the floor, wherever you're at. We're just stepping through. This is that opposite side to arm to leg concept again. Prevalent in jiu-jitsu. When our core's not touching the mat, we're kind of posting up, right? We're also building some strength in our wrists, our arms, right? Pop the head back a little bit if you can. Good. All right, everybody got that. You couldn't do enough of those, right? But now let's use it in real life from our hands as well. We're going to step through and finish it as if somebody's pressuring our back, our neck. They're on us. Their legs are that way. They're facing down. They're about to take our back. They're about to take our back or choke us with the head and arm choke system. So here we go. We're gonna pop through, buck our head this way, which hopefully bucks our body that way and them that way, and then look stepping over. Okay. This is used in multiple parts, mainly scramble. In the scramble, you know, you're not in a bad position, but you could be. Somebody's about to take your back. It can happen. You're reaching around. Okay. Now let's add another component to it. A lot of times you're like this. They're putting the weight on you. You can't even do this. You're down here like this, protecting your neck and your elbows. So look, we're going to go here, take our hand, grab the cross side knee. Their knee will be right here somewhere. Their leg, their knee. We're going to grab it or hook it. So we're going to go here. Now watch. On my elbow, I'm coming through. Elbow, I'm coming through. Elbow, I'm coming through. Elbow coming through, right? That's almost more realistic. You're getting smashed down and you've got to explode out. Again, like the bridge, this is one of those moves that takes suddenness. It has to be sudden and explosive, and it might be your only chance. You'll either A, boom, step around and take their back, or B, they'll back off and you'll drive into them. Okay? And it's this ability, look at the feet. They're walking like sideways. That's what's happening here. Mobility with the mats. Walking sideways. Okay, good. Switching. Rolling hips. I'll just explain it again for those who never heard. This is, imagine this cup is rolling. Your hand touches it. It comes off because it's rolling. You can't control it. If it's staying still, you can stick your hand to it. Okay. Same thing with hips. It's a principle. If your hips are rolling and spinning, it's hard to control you. Vice versa, if you want to stop your opponent from passing, control their hips. Put a foot on their hips, grab a piece of their hips. If you can stop their hips from moving, you can then advance on them. It's a principle. Think about that. Let's just start with this particular exercise of the rolling hips movement here, okay? So look, I'm going to step back, roll my hips that way, right? Roll my hips that way. Let's go step back now. We're back stepping. This is all through jiu-jitsu. This is passing, but it's also when you'll notice this when you're inside control and you want to move around the head to the other side of the body, you'd be slamming them on it, right? That. And that's the back step, just the movement. That's all I want you to get on that. Let's look at the instep, right? And so instead of going backwards this way, we're going to instep this way. Yeah. Yeah. This movement, look at this. I mean, this is a movement you gotta have. Your ability to move with the mat this way. Look at my feet, my ankles. Everything's touching. The toes are always they're resting on top, but they're sort of directing the show. Okay? You know? Okay, that's the front and the back. But when we're passing, sometimes they've got a triangle on our leg, right? We've got our front body through the guard. They're relying on holding onto our knee or our leg with their legs, and they might shoot deep half on us. It could be a total setup. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to back step and slam our hips down. Watch. We're going to back step, slam the hips down, and come back up. Right? Back step, slam the hips down, and then come up. That's going to smash their guard down. Back step, slam the hips. Right? Just right on the ankles. Boom, slam their guard in half. It just crunches it. Ouch. Boom, and we're out. Okay? Same thing with the instep. Look. Instep. Bam! Slam it off. Got this leg. The triangle. Hold it out and just slam it. You pop out. You're not going to hurt him. You'll basically break it open. Snap that triangle out. Let's put it together. Just the footwork side of it. We're not going to slam right now. Let's do instep, back step. Look at that. Full rotation in the hips all the way around. And we're moving too. Instep, back step. All right, so we're actually going a direction, but we're doing two things at once. Two things at once is we're keeping our hips safe. which means they can't control us. We're also moving from here to there, right? We need to pass over there, instep, back step. Let's try back step, instep. Back step, instep. Back step, instep. Let's go back step, instep, smash. Back step, instep, smash. Let's go instep, back step, smash. Instep, back smash, back step, smash. Okay? Let's look at that from a more realistic point of view as well. We're on our knees. Here I am. I'm up on my toes. They've got my leg in a triangle. Watch my other leg is going to peel that off. Pop it out. And up to my knees, and I pass. Again, peel it off. Pop it out. Slam my hips down. And work my set way back to my knees. Other side. Any side. Back step. Slam it out. Boom. All right, let's try the instep. Look. Peel it off. I've almost got it off. And watch, I'm just going to bam, smack it off. And I pass. Here you go. Peeling it off. Boom, slamming through. One more. Peel through. And look, you may peel it through. Watch. You might peel it through, slam out, and back step anyway, just to clear it. Because their legs are going to come back and try and chase you. This is it, guys. This is how you pass. That concept is in standing passing too. We'll have to do that in another class with like Toriander. Same thing, hips are rolling. Cool. Let's start working on the fluidity drill for our legs. And just for a tidbit of information, this is a butterfly X. Why? Can you see it? Because I made an X here with my feet. This is regular old good old fashioned butterfly, Marcelo Garcia butterfly. This is the Craig Jones butterfly. All right, so it doesn't matter which one you do. The leg lock game is designed on this one, or not designed on it, but let's just say it helps. So we're coming up, and we're starting to, assuming we have the flexibility in our legs. If you don't, it's just something you got to work on. You want to get to the point where you're going to be able to heck up stand without your hands, fall to an S mount, S, and then back up. So you're pulling that leg from that awkward position back up here. See that leg's in awkward position? Pull it from there to there. Have to be able to do that. Okay? So keep going around your little space like this. If you need to use your hands for now, that's okay. You can use your hands. Get there. Eventually you want to get up here like this. Why is it important? Well, it's important because it's how we move on the mat without using, look, our legs are designed to hold our body up to the bottom of the feet, right? And now we're using them in this real awkward way. There's no evolutionary thing that we would have to do this. We have to develop it. But in scrambling, there's a nest, like a sweep that's not so tight. Both guys go down. Who can get up faster? It's the ability to use your legs in this type of way that will allow you to get up and win that position faster. Well, let's do this kind of stuff over and over and over again. We can get 15 or 20% more fluidity with the mat in our legs. I say we can by the end of this lockdown. Excellent. So let's look at the most important technique in probably martial arts. Well, or at least series is the takedown. Because if you do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you got to get your opponent down to the mat. Okay? The wrestling shot, I think, is the best one. It's the highest percentage, highest probability. But we just have to get our legs in shape for it. And we got to get the footwork right. And you got to do 10,000 of them before you're good at it. Okay? Look here. Look here. Both legs are coming down. And then coming up. Let's go get this way. 2. Yeah, it hurts your knees. Everything hurts. Yeah. But if you're on a yoga mat, you can use your hands to just soften the blow at the knees. So what's more important is to get your legs working like this, right? So look, come down, use your hands. I want you to get your legs in this position because now you're driving through your opponent and you're stepping up with them, right? If you were to grab a single leg, you picked up their ankle, pick up their ankle, and you're standing up with it, kicking out the leg maybe. You're doing double leg. Look, you're coming down, you're grabbing both legs, driving through. Okay? Look, in a fight, a street fight, especially for one person, it's all a bit risky until you get them down to the mat. Okay? Or the ground, I should say. Remember, if you double leg somebody like this, or come around to the back, imagine you come around to the back, body lock them, suplex. Guess what? Guess who punches harder than Mike Tyson or Deontay Wilder? Planet Earth. That's why the suplex is the best technique, like the jam over technique out there. But that would be like here. It's a duck dive and coming around, duck diving, same shot, stepping around to the back. Body, got a body lock, kick him out. Okay, good. Have some water. That entry to that wrestling shot, it's just repetition. Just doing it over and over and over again. But from a self-defense aspect, somebody said, if you can only teach one technique, it'll be that one. Because at least if you got them to the ground, even if you didn't know any jiu-jitsu, at least you can end up on top of them for a bit, right? And get out of there. Because it's also so important, because without getting your opponent to the ground in jiu-jitsu, you can't do all the other stuff you did. You can jump in an arm bar, I suppose. So, okay. We got 31. All right. Let's blast through these conditioning pieces here. All right. Work our stomach muscles here. Hands to your side. If you're new, just do this. All right. This is your triangle. Everybody else, let's just go right into it. We're here. We're reaching to the sky and triangling up high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 25 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. We'll stand to get up. We're going to do 20 wrestling squats. We're in a wrestling position here. Okay. Strong legs are key. 1, 2. Help, especially with those double legs. Those shots. 4, 5, 6. It'll make it much easier. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Pick an ankle. 16. Pick an ankle, pick it up and hold it to your chest. 17, 18, 19, 20. Double leg shot. Okay. Other side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick an ankle right there. 5. It could usually be right there. If you're close to your person, 6. Pick it up, hold it to your chest. Hold the heel with both hands. Passing it to the other hand, see? Passing it to this hand. And then raising it to the ceiling. They'll go over. We kick the leg. 1, 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Double leg. Remember, if you have a yoga mat, you can just do like this. That way you don't hurt your knees. Legs and lungs, regular, good old fashioned squats. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shot. Wow, wow, wow. Good. All right. Push-up position. We're doing 35. Do them on the knees if you want to finish the reps. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 25, 6, 27, 28, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right. Armbar finishers. It's about strengthening the butt and the lower back and the upper back, but in a curling position, right? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Now watch me real quick. Like this, like we're holding an arm bar by our neck, knees together, 5 seconds, as hard as we can curl backwards. Ready? Get set, go. Hard. 3. Good. Good. Water. Just a reminder, that last 5 seconds, what is that? How would you do it? You got an arm bar, and it's not technically sound, but you don't, whatever the case is, you're not able to readjust it or tighten it. Sometimes you just have to have good old-fashioned strength and stamina to finish the arm bar. It's not the right angle, but if you have that arch in your back, you have that bending arch here, your back doesn't naturally want to bend that way, so you have to force it straight back in order to pull the lever of the arm bar, okay? Or knee bar, right? You're allowed to do knee bars. That's that. We want 20% more power there. 20%. You'll finish it. And you'll be 20% less tired if you failed. All right. Triangle position, ready? Get set. What time we got? 37. Okay. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Technical stand. So we're only doing 20. So I'm trying to finish in under 45 minutes. Let's go. Squats. 1, 2, 3. Pick those ankles. 4. Keep your arms low though. 5. You never want to be out here. You'll get arm barred. 7, 8. Or you can just be like this if you want. 9. Just ready. 10. Ready. 11. Ready for anything. 12. 13. Comfortable. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Shot. Other leg. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're ready. 8. Ready here. 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 on the shot. Good. Regular squats. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. shot. Good. Push up position 35. We'll do 30. Just want to hurry. Well, 35. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 35 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stomach for armbar finishers. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more. 1, 2, arch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Look, reaching for the armbar right around your neck. We're here. We're gonna knees together. Cross them if you want. We're arching the armbar off. 5 seconds. Full blast. Ready? Get set. Go. 2 harder. 3, 4. Yeah, you can hardly breathe. All right, good. Again, that last one, you're not gonna be able to breathe. I mean, it's like a deadlift. When you're deadlifting, you're exhaling everything because you're trying to finish. You're trying to break the arm. Hopefully they tapped before. Okay? But that's why it's all out. It's going for broke. Let's get the timer going. We'll go a little over 45 minutes. It's all right. So, let's get the position, and then I'll explain more. Okay, start. 2 minutes on. Put one of your legs forward in the splits position. Okay? BJJ Gains, right? This is a 2-minute hold in this position. It's a hip opener is what we're doing. We're trying to get the splits, but we're going to open our hips at the same time and really split our hips. Well, why? This is BJJ Gains class, which is about gaining. You think that's with like the technique or the explosiveness in the technique, which is true, the fluidity, which is true. But if you could get 20% more flexibility in your hips, then guess what? You'll have 20% better guard defense. There's just no way around it. Because you'll be able to get 20% further when you're trying to bring a leg over to cut somebody. Whereas before, it used to fall short and they passed. What if you get your leg all the way across their body and their face as they're penetrating in and it stops them? So we're doing 4 stretching techniques. I'm not a yoga teacher. I don't call this yoga. I just call this stretching. We're trying to make gains here. We're trying to make this hurt. Our body's already warmed up. We need to make this hurt. Try and get to a point where we can sit up like this, right? And we're trying to really stretch this out. This is my weak side. Right? I'm talking to you like Tony Kilmartin's out there. Hopefully he's watching. He told me he has the same problem. Everybody probably does. One part of your hip's not as flexible as the other. Okay? So we're going to hold this side for 10 seconds longer today. Or, well, on the other, if you put your good side forward, then flip it. Then stop earlier. And stop earlier and go into the bad side sooner. So switch if you started with your good side. If not, 10 seconds longer here. In the back, because this is my bad side, not as flexible. I'm dying right here on my hip. Maybe that's why I play guard one way. Maybe that has something to do with it, right? Maybe I've always played guard on my right shoulder, my right side. All right, let's switch it. Other leg forward. This is much easier. Let's start the clock. 2 minutes. And here we go. Yeah. So we got 4 stretching maneuvers, 2 minutes each. So it's kind of nice after sort of a little, the workout we did is not like some crazy exhausting thing. It's quite intermediate on that. But the techniques that we worked on today You know, as I'm talking and explaining, I hope that you're at home already just getting 5 reps ahead of me. Okay, if you want to get better at them, so you can take this 45 minutes we have, which actual conditioning side's about 30 minutes, right? And really make that 30 minutes work for you. Because if you did 30 minutes of drills without stopping, you know, even though we have a quick water break, that's going to be pretty decent condition. Not the same as sparring, it's true, but decent. At least you're using your body in a grappling way. That's important. So we want to get our gains here. We don't want to be sitting here comfortably. We've got to create some pain. We've got to create some pain. No way around it. "35 seconds. All right, good. All right, good. Let's sit down on our butt here. Let's get the kinks out this way. You might have to get out of that position. You might feel a little stiff in there, so I'm just going to loosen up a bit here. Good. Now let's stretch our legs as such, using our hands to spider walk our feet back to really create the inner stretch, reaching behind our butt here, pushing our hips forward, trying to get the splits this way. I'm going to start the clock now, and we want to continually keep the pressure on the inner part of our leg here. Okay. Stretching it. 1 minute left. Stretching in there. Yeah. 15 seconds. Let's make it hurt the last 15 seconds. Really stretch it out hard in the legs there. I'm not going to make any gains. We don't make this one hurt. Sorry. We're warmed up. Relatively safe being warmed up. 5 seconds. 4. All right, stop. And get the kinks out. The cricks. There we go. Good. All right. Butterfly position here, the butterfly stretch here. We're trying to get our knees down. Ready? Knees down to here. As flat as you can. So you should be using your elbows if you have to, or pushing it straight down. If you do, it's got to hurt. Right. I'm just putting mine a little more forward because I'm trying to get work a different part of my hip now. The knees already go down on that side, so I'm trying to stretch out other parts. 52 seconds. $40. I'm pulling mine out straighter because I'm doing something different. You should be in the regular butterfly pose. 5 seconds. All right, time. Well, guys, that's it. 51 minutes. All right. I got to cut something out. I don't know how to be faster without the stretching. So, everybody, thanks for joining me today. See you tomorrow, same time, 11 o'clock in Spanish time, 10 o'clock in the UK, or wherever you're at in the world. Day, I don't know what day it is, 55 in the lockdown here? Who knows? Anyway, hope you guys are all well. I love you.